trust isn't different today than it ever was. It's the only difference is we build trust now, not necessarily with a look in the eye and a handshake, and often it's trust has to be built through entirely virtual relationships. You know, there's a lot of ways in which the digitization of our economy has transformed the need to enable Canadians to build trust in one another, in the institutions that they work with.
We know at Interac from some of our recent surveys that Canadians are worried about protecting their online privacy in particular. In one of our recent studies, 7 out of 10 Canadians want more control over their online information. So we know that, you know, trust is a key enabler to how we actually deliver that. But there's a lot of misunderstandings out there around the interpretation of verification, of trust, and that kind of whole complicated engagement process around digital enablement.
There's a disinformation and misinformation problem around digital identity that's really troubling, because what Canadians want and what I hear from these emails, or what I read in these emails, is people want what you and I want. We want to have control over a greater control over our identity, and to prove quickly that we are who we are, and to be able to say, yes, you can use this information about me, but you can't use that information about me. It's not an all or nothing situation, which today very much it is. Having greater control is not about controlling them. It's about giving them control over the organizations that they interact with. And I'll just raise C27, our new privacy changes. The reality is that in order for Canadians to have data portability, the right to move their data safely between organizations and in these frameworks that have been developed and using controls like digital identity that can exist. Citizens have to have the right to be able to say to their bank, I want my financial data to go to this organization. It's a certified organization or accredited organization using an accredited process that we've all agreed to, and it's supported by the regulations and legislation. But again, that button has to be pushed by somebody to get that done. Now, currently, C27's in the House at second reading, but it's got a long way to go to finally get royal assent. So that's the job of our legislation. That's the job of our regulations, is to protect Canadians. And we're falling behind in that regard.